Good morning, it is Jane with Scraptastic Yarns, and I have a few things to say, a few things to show you. First off, I'm going to start with some acquisitions. Now, one of the very first things I'm going to start off with is this beautiful fabric print that I found. I love this with the cats and the half moons and, you know, all the fun stuff, the cat and the moon. And then I also found this that I thought was absolutely adorable. It's for those of you who follow a more magical path, but I fell in love with it. So, there'll be some things made with that. Now, next thing came from Randi, from Random Randi's Ramblings. I can say it. I can say it. And recently, you know, she was working to pay for her rent and did a bunch of bags for the shop, and I purchased one. So I got this lovely little worker bee bag, and they are absolutely adorable. My favorite, of course, is the bee that's walking around with the coffee cup. And I'll tell you why. When I was in nursing school, we had one nursing student. He was male. He used to walk around when we were out doing our clinicals, and he would walk around with a coffee cup. And because he was doing that, he looked like he was always busy. So the instructors left him alone. They did nothing. They just left him alone. You know, that kind of thing. So he got away with a lot of things doing that. One of the other acquisitions is I had $46 left on my knit crate for stash points. So I purchased another pack of that lovely worsted weight knitology in the color Sunset. I can't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure this is a wool, merino wool. I'm not going to open up the package. It's nicely sealed, so I'm going to leave it that way. But I will tell you what I was upset about. When I went in, I had ordered the 2 packs, which would have brought it to $48. And I clicked on that, and they added one that was for $49. So they charged me $49 for 1 pack of yarn instead of the 2 packs that were on the markdown. That's why you're going down, Knit Crate. You're going down in flames. I'm sorry, people just get tired of that nonsense. So anyway, my stash points are gone. I'm glad, thrilled to be done with it. And yeah, that's where that is. Now, I have been working on doing the stitching for the little baseball caps that we had. And I have 5 more that I need to stitch. And I'm going to show you. I love this pattern. It's over at Love to Craft. And the person actually, they designed a little template that you pin onto the ball cap to help you know where to put the stitches. And I love this idea. That was the hardest part when it came to doing these, is figuring out where to put the stitches to continue to make it look like the baseball. So, yeah. So I'm really grateful for that. Now, I did do 2 rows on this. You know, that, it's Crystal's Killer Queen shawl. And so I did get 2 rows of that done, and was really thrilled that I did get 2 more rows added to it, because I'm glad to see some other projects. Now, as many of you know, I talked about the sewing room, that I had to get a new table because the other one had some issues. The issues have been fixed, but I'm going to leave this table in here I really like it. So I'm going to insert a picture here. It's a beautiful table. Very easy to set up. I think the name of it is Cuby. And it says ideally you should use 2 people. Of course, I don't have 2 people, you know. They helped me put it together. So I put it together on my own. Not a problem. It's very easy. Comes with everything that you need, and they even provide extra screws, you know, nuts, you name it. They provide everything. Now, I wanted to show you something that we had picked up at Scraps and Skeins. And this is something that someone had started, but we did decide that it can be used as a wrap, and it was in the freebie box. You know, and I can't pass up the freebie box. It's one of my favorite boxes to shop in when I'm at the Scraps and Skeins. But anyway, it's nice wrap length. And basically it looks like what this person was doing was learning how to crochet. And they were using just scraps of everything to put into it. And all of these, you know, a lot of people say, oh, that's all white. No, it's not. Some of it is off-white. Some of it looks a little more creamier. But because they use the color stripes in between, it looks good. So that is a wrap that is going for a prayer shawl. I did not do it. I just thought I would show you some of the things that you can find when you're looking for those kind of things. You know, you never know what you're going to find at these reuse shops or, you know, wherever you shop at for those kind of things. Sewing room is not back up to an area where I can work in it completely yet, and a lot of that is because of having to clear everything off and under the table. And so now it's a matter of getting things back into its place to do some, you know, things that I needed to do anyway. So with that, we're going to just start with what in tarnation. It'll be another short one today. Now this, it does and doesn't give me the heebie-jeebies because these snakes are relatively harmless. Black rat snake found inside bag of popcorn at Virginia store. But that would give me the heebie-jeebies to open up a bag and see a black snake in it. A shopper at a Virginia store was taking a bag of popcorn with a hole in it to the front of her business when a snake poked its head out from the inside snack container. Kimberly Slaughter said she was at Shoppers Value in Kinbridge when she noticed a bag of popcorn had a hole in the upper right corner. As soon as I went to put the bag in my basket to take it up front because, you know, they can't sell it, the thing had popped out and, you know, I was like, oh, well, hi. Slaughter told WTVR. Photos that Slaughter had posted to Facebook show the thing in question was a live snake. Slaughter said the snake slithered out the bag and around her cart before going back into the hole. Apparently, snakes like popcorn. Maybe it's just dark. It was a full length of the cart, she said, and it had prime real estate, though. Brian Stanley, manager of Shoppers Value, said the reptile was a small black snake. Snake was removed from the store by the employee. We have no idea where it came from. We are investigating, trying to find out where it came from, but we have no other indication that there could be others. Black rat snakes are native to Virginia, but are not commonly found in bags at the grocery store. Fox with head stuck in tire rescued in Connecticut. Authorities in Connecticut came to the rescue of a fox found with its head stuck through the middle of a discarded tire. The Connecticut State Environment Conservation Police said in a Facebook post that officers responded to the northwestern part of the state on a report of a fox in distress. They arrived to find the animal's head was stuck through the opening in the middle of the discarded car's tire rim. The post said the fox was likely chasing a small rodent when it stuck its head through the opening and became stuck. With the help of the homeowner's little baby oil, our wardens were able to safely free Mr. Fox. The post said, although I'm sure he was tired out. He quickly ran into the tall grass unharmed. Now, when I was reading this story originally, all I could keep thinking of is what sound does the fox make? I'm just going to leave that there. Now this next one. Owners searching for zebra on the loose in Missouri. A Missouri man is on the hunt for a zebra that escaped from his property in Miller County and has been on the run for 4 days. Joe McDevitt said he bought Marty the zebra about 3 months ago, and the animal escaped through a fence on his property 4 months ago. He had posted a video to TikTok showing Marty narrowly evading capture when the zebra briefly joined a herd of cattle. McDevitt said he was currently building a new enclosure for Marty to prevent future zebra escapes. Zebras are legal to own in Missouri with the approval of the State Department of Agriculture. That's all I'm going to say on that. No, not. That zebra needs a friend. Come on. You know that story I told you a couple of weeks ago about the New Jersey couple that found the money when they were renovating their front porch of the house that they had purchased? They have solved the mystery of that cash that was buried in the yard. A New Jersey couple said they solved the mystery of $2,000 they unearthed in their yard while doing work on their home. Richard and Suzanne Gilson said they bought their 1920s-era cottage in Wildwood about 4 years ago, and they've since elevated the house and added a new foundation. Richard Gilson was excavating the front yard recently when he dug up what he initially thought were weeds, but later realized were tightly rolled bundles of cash totaling $2,000. The couple said they initially thought that the money, dated 1934, may have been tied to criminal activity decades earlier. When we looked it up, the value of $2,000 back in 1934 is $40,000 today. The couple said the mystery was solved when they were able to speak to the granddaughter of James Dempsey, who owned the house during the Great Depression. The granddaughter, who now lives in Colorado, said Dempsey instructed her mother to bury the money in the front yard of their home in the 1930s. She said the family searched for years but was never able to locate the stashed cash. It's a lot of money, but it's not life-changing. I think the story is more interesting. The history that this fellow did this 90-some years ago, Richard Gilson said. People have asked me what I'm going to do with it. I'm certainly not going to spend it. It's an interesting story. Now, there is a Wisconsin couple who have opened a mewseum. Museum? Mewseum? See, I can't even pronounce it. To show off cat figurine collection. A Wisconsin couple turned their collection of more than 13,000 cat figures and feline-themed pieces of art into a mewseum to raise money for shelter cats. Sean Redner and Hillary Signal Redner said when they remodeled the basement of their Menominee Falls home so they could increase the number of cat figurines on display at the house, also known as Redner's Rescued Cat Figurine Mewseum, from 4,000 in 2020 to 7,000 in July of this year. This is all we do. The museum has taken over my life, Redner told WTMJ-TV. The couple offer tours of their home on the third Sunday of each month, or the fourth Sunday if there's a holiday, and proceeds from the tours are donated to local cat shelters. The couple said their ultimate goal is to build a cat cafe and museum to house their collection, which includes 5,000 more pieces in storage. My goal is hopefully to move all of this into a coffee shop where they can have adoptable cats. So visitors can have a cup of coffee, hopefully bring home a cat, and then the museum will be a separate entity to the coffee shop, Redner said. The couple first started collecting cat figurines in 2018, and they now visit various thrift stores, rummage sales, and flea markets every weekend to find new pieces for their mewseum. I still can't pronounce it. The pair said they also hope to eventually take the Guinness World Record for largest collection of cat-related items. The record is currently held by Carmen de Aldana, who owns 21,321 items. That's a lot of cat-related items. I hope you'll watch that video, because it talks about the person who was doing the reporting had allergies, allergic to cats, had taken some allergy medication but didn't have the sniffles once, and about how clean the wife keeps the place. But not only that, Mr. Redner discusses it's not his collection. It's a part of Suzanne. It's a part of so-and-so, because people donated these items to their museum. So it's a little bit, it's a heartwarming story, and I certainly hope that you will check it out. Now, I do want to tell you that over at So Me Krazee, she is collecting items to be donated to Kentucky for their cleanup after the big flood. Things like washcloths, scrubbies, what else? Scrubbies, and the Swiffer mop things that you crochet, that can be reused and cleaned in between those mop-ups. There's another list. I will leave her link down below to that video itself so that you can go watch it and see if you want to help her donate with that. I told you last week about Boxes of Hope. So if you would like to donate hats that are soft for the cancer patients, you can certainly send them to me. You could also send them to the link there that Tracy has. So, there's a lot of ways to donate some of those things, if you'd like to. All right. That is it. We are going to move on to our devotional. A generous heart. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Proverbs 11:25. On the surface, this verse may seem to suggest that we give in order to get. Looking deeper, we see beyond. Think of a child reluctantly breaking a cookie into pieces, sizing them up, and handing over the smaller one with a scowl. The giver was most certainly not refreshed by this exchange. Giving is an act. Generosity is a condition of the heart. Only a generous heart is refreshed by giving. It is this generous heart our Father waits eagerly to bless. How are you generous in your day-to-day life? Sometimes we need to be reminded. Sometimes we feel like we're being taken advantage of, but it's all in our heart when we're giving. All right, folks, that's it for today. As always, Be kind to one another, love one another, love yourself, and as always, get out there and see this big, beautiful world. I hope you're catching some of the meteors that have shown up this year, but more than that, I hope you're watching the space where they're showing the James C. Webb pictures. They're coming back from space because they are amazing. Now, granted, some of these pictures have been colored, but still, they're absolutely amazing to see. All right, see you guys again soon. Bye.